April 28th is the day of mourning. It's a day when we reflect and remember all of those people that went to work and never made it home. What I find interesting though is I have met far too many injured workers. And because of that, I have heard far too many stories on how people get injured. And hearing so many stories on how people get injured, I have found that every single workplace incident starts out the exact same way on an average, ordinary day. Nobody ever wakes up and says, today's the day my life is going to severely change at work because of an incident. Nobody ever wakes up and says, today's the day I'm going to be given a task with potential energy, and behaviors I bring into that task are going to let that energy be released, and my life is going to end. Nobody ever says, today is the last day of my life when I go to work today. What also is interesting though, is I find every single worker, we go to work with the best intentions. We go to work so we can get our jobs done. And by doing that, we get to make our money. And by making our money, we get to provide for our families. And by providing for our families, what we're ultimately doing is we're showing love. Love to ourselves, so we can live the lives we want to live. Love to our families as well, as we provide for them. And yet, through tasks we're given, which have potential energy, and then behaviors we bring into that task, like complacency, where our mind starts to drift off as we do the same routine task, although we're working with very high potential energy. Or maybe we're just so eager to get into our job that we rush through all those pre-steps we do before our work, like the pre-task assessment, which is a chance for us to control the energy before we even start our job. And we bring these behaviors in. And sometimes by bending and breaking policies, it releases that energy. And then it adds up and affects us, to the point that sometimes it even ends our lives. Last year, it is estimated over 330,000 people lost their lives in the world simply by going to work. And that number is actually small because prior to any safety legislation, those numbers were far greater. We used to go to work with this understanding that going to work and getting injured or dying was part of the job. We no longer say going to work and dying is part of the job. We demand that we are giving safety systems. And those safety systems are designed for your own good. And the worst thing we can do with those safety systems is let those books and those binders sit in the safety person's office. They belong in our hands because it's the workers and the employees and the crafts and the trades that are dealing with the energies as they're being created. We're the ones that if the energy releases, it affects our lives. So that instead of them being released and changing your life, they stay controlled where we can do our jobs. We can make our money. And we can go home every single day of our working careers, providing for our families. So we take April 28th to reflect on all the people that never made it home. We also remember those historically that have given up their lives building our societies. But we also take it so that we can let it resonate within us on understanding how it is we can drive safety systems forward. So that next year, on April 28th, we will still reflect and remember. But hopefully, with hard work and due diligence, we can reflect and remember that less people got injured, less people died at work, because we're continually improving on how we do our jobs. Not only with quality and good work and efficiency, but also by controlling the energies. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. If you want to bring me out to your workplace so that I can share messages with your employees, go to spencerspeaks.ca. Until the next Safety Minute, stay safe.